Planogram Builder Tutorial 13, Placing Products on Furniture. In this tutorial, you will learn how to put products in your planograms. Click Templates, Predefined Examples, and Shelving under Category. We will use various types of furniture to explain how products can be placed. Drag the following furniture to the visualization area: gondola, shelves, gondola, slat wall, gondola, pegboard, pallet, and refrigerator, chest. Click on Modify Bays, then select the chest freezer. Change its overall width to 150 centimeters. Deactivate View Front Panels to hide the front part of the chest freezer. Use Orbit, Pan, and Zoom to adjust the camera as shown here. Click Products, Predefined Examples, Produce, under Category, and asterisk for the other classification levels. Place the bag of potatoes onto 3 pieces of furniture as shown here. As seen in Tutorial 11, the product orientation and its quantity in depth varies depending on the type of shelf. Now try to place a potato bag onto a back panel and notice it doesn't work, because this product was defined as standard in the database. Since some products may be either placed on shelves or hung to hooks, it's still possible to toggle their defined behavior as follows. While dragging the potato bag from the catalog or moving it from a shelf, hold the Shift key down and place it onto a back panel. The same toggle can be used to place products on shelves if they were defined as pegged in the database. For suspended products, note how the hook snaps to the peg holes and slat edges. Now let's change the quantities for this product, also called the number of facings. Select the bag on the first shelf and notice the 8 rounded handles. If you don't see the handles, zoom in a little bit. Moving the handles let you adjust the quantity with your mouse, as done here for facings wide and facings high with the upper right corner handle. To adjust facings deep, first orbit the camera until you see the handles for depth, as shown here for example. We remind you that facings deep are by default set to fit the maximum quantity on the shelf or hook depth. Note that you can adjust the quantities for several selected products at once. You can also specify quantities and other parameters for the selected products in a dedicated task named Item Info. Double-click on a potato bag on the first shelf to open this task. The grayed out properties are shown for information and can only be changed in the database. Change the values for facings wide, facings high, and facings deep. To specify as many products as can fit in depth, type Auto. Depth alignment determines where products align in depth on the shelves or hooks. To test this, click on Back. Width gap, height gap, and depth gap specify gaps between each product in a block of same products. Disabling collisions is sometimes necessary to make products with irregular shapes adjacent. Behavior changes the way the products are placed, as explained in Tutorial 5. For example, change it to Tester, and see how the potatoes are now placed in front of the shelf. We must add a front margin to the shelf to make some space for the testers. Testers are normally placed in front of packaged products, so we will add a box with potato bags behind the tester to see the result. If a product is not in our database because it's not part of our product line, we can create a generic product acting as a placeholder. Click on Insert Generic Product on the editing toolbar. Position your mouse behind the potato bag and click to insert the generic product. Generic products are not in your database, but you can define their reference, name, color, dimensions, and more in Item Info. Now put some more products on the shelf as in this example. With your mouse, move the product which is on the right against the other products. You can see that products are pushing each other just as in real life. When moving products to another position or another shelf, you can disable collisions by holding the C key while moving. This avoids pushing other products inadvertently. As you can see, on this predefined furniture, products can overlap 2 shelves, because it's quite common for this type of shelves. If you don't want to allow overhangs, select the shelves and uncheck Allow Lateral Overhang. Now try moving the Barilla pasta and see how it can't go past the edge of the shelf. Add some dishwashing liquid and sponges to your planogram. What if you decide these are the wrong products? Of course, you could click on Undo to cancel your last operations. You can also remove selected products with the Delete button or the corresponding keyboard key. Another solution is to replace a product with another one. To do this, hold the Alt key down while dragging the new product over the one that is on the shelf. When you add products to your database, you enter the dimensions and choose the front picture based on its typical orientation on the shelves. But sometimes you may want to change their orientation in the shop. Select the sugar and the flour, then click on Tip Over Forward, to have them lying instead of standing. It's now more stable to stack them. Also try the other rotation commands, for example apply Rotate Right to the pasta, then change their quantity in width. Finally, we will explore various commands to quickly arrange items in your planograms. Add more products as shown here and select them. Click on Align Top to put them at the same level. Hold the Control key and draw a rectangle with your mouse to add the bottom products to your selection. Now click on Pack Left to move and group them to the edge of the shelves. Notice how each row of product is moved independently on its respective shelf or back panel. We can now clearly see that there is room for additional products, so let's move and add some more. Select these 2 rows of products and click on Spread Width. All the products are now evenly spaced using the whole available width. If you don't want this command to add spaces within blocks of multiple same products, you can disable the following setting: spacing applies to each facing. You can experiment with what you learned in this tutorial to place products on the pallet as in this example, and in the chest freezer if you want to. Then select all of these and click on Spread Width, to obtain even spacing between products. Finally, try the following commands to see the result: invert width and invert depth. Please see the links below the video for detailed instructions in the user guide. This tutorial is now complete.